Hello, namaste. I was solving this lab from Viz. This is around cloud security essentially. I thought that why not also record it at the same time then. So I'll start up with this first challenge, which is around we all know that public buckets are risky, but can you find the flag? So if you're new to AWS, right, or cloud security essentially, or maybe even cloud itself, S3 is a service that is utilized to basically store your objects, right? Objects is nothing, just basically a term that you can utilize for all your files that you're keeping, right? These could be in terms of, let's say, any image, like simple image files, PDF files, right? Or any other big, code-based files as well. In this case, right, the first challenge, which is saying we all know that public buckets are risky, but can you find the flag? Essentially what they are saying is that, so here they've also given a JSON file, right? So these JSON files are essentially the policies or the basically the configuration document of that particular service. So every service will have a JSON file also, right, that you can utilize yeah, basically, like, yeah, leverage. This JSON file that you see over here, right, it has a version name. It is right, which is provided. Now things that are going to be of interest for us would be that affect is allow in principle says star, right, which essentially means that everybody would have access to this, right? And then it also says action S3 get object as in basically anybody who is requesting data from this resource. This is the name of the bucket, right? They should be able to access or basically they should be able to get the objects, like they can send or get requests and then they'll be able to see those objects, right? And over here a source has mentioned, right, they have already given this particular uh, uh, you know uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, they've given this particular bucket's name over here. So now if I copy it here, right, and usually the prefix for this is, I believe, yeah, okay, I had already used it once. So it's s3 dot amazon aws.com slash this particular page, right? Now, if you go over here, it says there is this files slash flag one dot txt path as well within the storage, right? So if I look at it over here, this is the same thing that this particular JSON is also telling us, by the way, right? That there is a files slash star path as well that could be appended. So what I'll do is I'll go towards files as of now, right? And then I'll go towards flag1.txt. And then it says was exposed storage risky as usual. Copy this and paste it here, check. So now this is actually a challenge that I had already tried like solving. I was recording it, but then unfortunately it got like stopped in the middle. Next challenge is something that I haven't like really solved as of now. So here what we are looking at is basically we created our own analytics system specifically for this challenge. We think it's good that we can even use it on this page. What could go wrong? So okay, join our queue and get the secret flag. So so I have a little bit of experience around AWS because of one of the internship that I did. So wherein I was able to have a exposure towards how the resources, like cloud security resources look like. So now if I look over this, they are saying essentially join our queue and get the secret flag. So now when I look at this, it says this is the IAM policy, right? So now SQS is actually, so because I see this word queue, I am guessing that we are also talking about the simple queue service, right? Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's go over here, and then we are looking at just give me a minute. हाँ ओके, सो हम बात कर रहे थे जो सिंपल क्यू सर्विस है उसके बारे में, जो कि AWS प्रोवाइड करता है. सो असेंशियली व्हाट इट डज इज कि ओके, सो इमेजिन about it like this. Okay, so let's say in an infrastructure, right? There is let's say a service, or basically, let's say there is a website wherein once you upload your photographs, right, it essentially uh, basically it processes those photographs, let's say in terms of removing background, and then based on the prompt that you're giving to that particular model, it'll essentially give you those pictures, right? And now the idea is, in this case, imagine that whatever photographs that are being submitted, right? No, okay, change it entirely. There is a website, right? You have basically a use case with you wherein, let's say, if a user is submitting a profile over your website, or basically a profile picture of theirs, you need to store them in your server with a clear white color background, right? Now you are not putting this restriction on the user as of now. You are accepting any kind of images, but then in the server, let's say, let's assume that you want to store it in a white background manner itself. Now, how do you do that? Is basically, let's say there would be more than thousands, or a lot of users who would be there, who would be submitting their request via that particular website. Now, in that case, to ensure that your server is not getting overloaded, SQS is essentially a service which will actually make a queue, right? So all your requests that are there, right, in order to make sure that none of the requests are being missed out. So at a time there could be, like, let's say, at the same point of time, there could be 4 to 5 requests that are coming up, right, from multiple, or basically messages that are being sent up from multiple sources, right? And there is actually an in detail much better description also over here, right? Essentially, I think, yeah, here is the keyword. So essentially, this is known as the producer. The one that is going to send the message to the queue, right, is going to be the producer, and consumer is essentially going to be the component of the server that is that will basically that side of the server which is going to receive that message from the queue. So what is now going to happen is that essentially over here, what we are looking at is that this is basically an IAM policy for the same SQS server itself. And now it is saying that the action is, like, basically you can either send a message to the SQS server, right? And in that case, when you're sending the message, you will be a producer, right? And or either you can receive the message. So you will be a consumer in that case, right? So what we have to do is, now since we have to read the flag, right, we want to get a flag. So it's like but obvious that I need to receive a message. So essentially, I need to be on the side of the consumer over here. So, yep, the actions are like so. Again, if you look at the policy, it is again allowing, because of the asterisk sign. Whenever you see this asterisk sign, it essentially means no restriction, right? Accessible to all. So the effect is like allow everybody access, and the actions they are allowed to do is that you can send message to the SQS, that is basically be a producer, or you can receive a message as well via the SQS, that is be a consumer. Now, since we have to read the flag, we have to receive the message in this case, right? Now, from here, the next step would be essentially to identify how, and okay, basically, this is the name of the queue, by the way, right? And under the resource, if you see, ARN is essentially AWS resource name, and then this is AWS SQS. This is the region in which this particular queue is hosted. And this, I am not very much sure. I think this is the ID. This could be the user ID, or not really the user ID. We'll have to see. But as of now, let's say maybe somewhere here, if they've given an example, maybe we can have a look into it. But I haven't really gone through all the documentation, so cannot say. The idea of these labs is not to essentially only solve them. The reason I am also talking about these services is so that at the end of the completion of the lab, at least you would now be uh, aware about S3 kya hota hai, what is SQS, right? And let's see, like, what all other services will be included. But then, yeah, I think, yeah, this would be account ID, by the way, over here. But yep. Coming over here, this is essentially so they've also provided you a terminal, so you don't really need to have an AWS account. And I've like copy pasted this via Google, or you can actually say ChatGPT. So it essentially, this is the command that is utilized by AWS CLI for SQS, right? And to receive a message, this is what you send. So hopefully, let's say, I mean, I am confident that this should work, but let's see. So it says SQS, region name would be US East 1, let's say, and then Amazon AWS account ID over here. And then the queue name is also provided. So this would be the queue name, right? And if I copy paste it, let's see what response are we getting. Okay, wow. So these are the messages. I'll just put up the message over here. Okay, message ID is this, message handle is okay, this is encoded, base 64 encoded, it looks like. And then it says MD5. Oh, no, okay, it could be, okay, MD5 paste it is, okay, URL. Okay, we are getting another URL. And it says user agent links is admin, true. Okay, if I click in this particular, oh, nice. So, okay, this is the receipt handle, this is the MD5 of body, and when I clicked on this URL, I am able to get the flag also. You are at the front of the queue. Sure. And then check. Oh, nice. Next challenge. We got a message for you. Can you get it? Oh, okay. Enable push notification. SNS. I am not aware of this service. Let's see. SNS in AWS. Customizing SMS deliveries, tailoring, depending. Okay. Amazon Simple Notification Service is a fully managed service that provides message delivery from publishers to subscribers. Publishers communicate asynchronously with subscribers by sending messages to a topic, which is a logical access point. Okay, publishers send messages to a topic, which acts as a communication channel. The topic acts as a logical access point. Okay, I'll just pause the recording for a minute and just get a complete understanding and then resume it. Okay. So imagine it like this. I went through the documentation. Essentially, what SNS does is basically it is going to act as a notification system, right? So what it will do is, again, let me just open this documentation. So let's say all the services that you're running, right? This could be your Lambda service, your the service that we just now studied about, SQS, right? The Lambda services, or any of your EC2 instances, right? For them, let's say there could be certain notifications, right? Updates that you would require, or alerts, what you can say, that is also something that you might require on a time to time basis in case, there is a new progress or there is a status change in these services that could be happening. So in that case, what will happen is, just a minute, let's see the CLI reference. Okay. Yep. So what is going to happen is essentially via SNS, you can utilize it to get alerts either via like phone messages, right? Or you can also get it via email alert, and there are multiple other options as well, by the way, right? So if you see over here, there are multiple commands that are there, available for AWS CLI. Oh, actually, we should have used this. But yeah, whatever. Now we'll maybe use it for this challenge, right? Since they're providing all the CLI commands. Now, if I go ahead and again try to understand what the JSON file is essentially saying, it is saying SID statement one. Again, effect is allow, principal AWS asterisk, right? And it says SNS subscribe. So basically, the idea is that you are supposed to basically the action that is allowed over here is to subscribe, right? So whatever, so from here now we understand that the command that we are looking at is around subscription, right? So let me just check for subscribe. Okay, so there are essentially, I think, some get subscription attribute, list subscriptions by topic, and set subscriptions attribute. Okay, so we have like some six commands that could be relevant to us. I think list subscription is something that we should try first, but then let's also read about this more. But firstly, right? So it also mentions again, I think this is the account ID. This would be the SNS name, that they're using, and this is like the region in which again this particular service is hosted, and endpoint is @tbic.wiz.io. Okay, star @tbic.wiz.io. Okay, this could be basically the email that is being utilized for the alerts, I'm guessing. But okay, let's see. If I go towards list subscription, okay, what all AWS CLI options am I getting? AWS SNS list subscription. This is the command. Let's see if we'll get anything relevant from here. Okay, of course, authorization error. And there are actually flags that they've also provided. So maybe we need to utilize that. So CLI input. Okay, this uh, uh, profile, region. Okay, region we know. We should use the region card, but why is there no account or hmm, wrapper type of okay. I'll also use this. Okay, we'll also see other commands as well, by the way. So it's if I look at it again, right? Um, it says subscribe. And so why don't I just go ahead with this command first, which says or talks about subscription first. So if I look at the command over here, examples, okay, AWS and subscribe topic ARN. Oh, nice. Okay, so you get your topic. We already have this detail. Um, okay, my email @example.com. Yes, nice. So if we look at it, okay, and then we'll get the values from here. So this is US East 1, firstly. So I'll change it to East 1. And then we have this and this is the topic of the notification that we are pushing. So, okay, just a minute. I see. No, DB, I see. star@example.com. Nope. It's star@tbic.wes.io. Okay, so this is the notification endpoint. It's and your protocol looks to be made. Now let's see. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot removing this. Now if I go ahead. Okay, it says pending confirmation. All right. Nice. Yeah, it should be like this, but now how do I check and validate? I'm not sure if the confirmation subscribe, set platform, set estimates, set attributes. We don't have the access to set up I mean, confirm the the subscription. So let's see. But it says allow all. What if I change the notification endpoint to maybe I'm not very much confident, but let's say temp email. Given that they have actually defined it over here, I don't think. Okay, at least we'll learn one thing, whether or not. Uh, I mean, okay. Okay, so essentially this would mean in this JSON file, okay, where whatever endpoints are being defined, those are the only ones that you can access. Got it? So now again, let's go towards this previous request that we had. And it says pending confirmation. Now let's see, add permission, confirm subscription. Right, now we can go towards this. And now I'll say, why don't I have it open? Hmm, nice. Add permission. Let's see if you're able to add any permission. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll have the option to publish a permission because I have all these details. I have the region, I have the basically account, and also I have the topic name. And for label push permission, AWS account ID this, and oh sorry, label publish permission. What all permissions can we put up? Because for confirming the subscription, we need um okay, create platform endpoint. Let's see if we have this option. Specified token. Okay. Do we already have this token? Or like, can we use our own token or we provide our own token? Okay, no, let's come back. We'll see. Okay. No. Now I'm also changing the, yeah, US East one it is. Okay. Authorization failed because, okay, sorry, my bad. Account ID was also wrong. Um, okay. And then when I click this, no, 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 okay, we do not have the permission to. Okay, the only option that we have is to have a subscribe option, but I'm just not able to understand uh how do I see if there's any email ID that I can use. Uh, uh, um, Command TBIC. Okay. Not sure if my profile would have any. Hmm. I am not sure. The pending confirmation will get verified by whom? Okay. But I'll still see subscribe this endpoint. If I change it to something like AHFG at something pending confirmation. So everything is like pending confirmation at the rate this. Okay. I need a hint. I'll take a pause over here and see and come back with a see and brainstorm and then come back. Otherwise, it'll be a very long video. Okay. Uh, why don't we? I mean, I checked the documentation. I still don't find a solution. So now what we'll do is maybe go towards Grok and then I'm essentially going to ask it that this is the email ID provided. I'm still confused. When it says pending confirmation, so I don't have access to this email ID, of course, for sure. Let's see how, or maybe because I haven't registered, that is why this problem is there, but let's see. Let me identify. How to confirm. So, yeah. And in real case scenarios as well, right? I mean, when you get this misconfiguration, you won't have access to it. I mean, you'd have. Oh, actually, if you're in the like if you're in a gray box environment, then in that case you will have, because of course the developers would be using their own like internal domain IDs, and there are high chances that you would also have one or two email IDs from the same domain itself, right? In this case tbic.viz.io. So yeah, there in real case or in real world that chance would be there. So ideally I'm guessing I should also have this access, or I mean I should have the option to, but let's say what is this saying? Is it an issue for most portals, especially email? The classic version. Okay. As you subscribe, it only checks that the endpoint ends with, but it does not force you to use protocol. Oh, okay. Craft an endpoint URL that ends with at the rate. Wow. Okay. Wow, this is new learning. I have never done this. So, how do you, and I like this thing about Grok. So it also tells you how to expose a public HTTPS endpoint that you control and receive post request. Okay, so popular or free quick option in CTF webhook.site gives you a unique URL instantly showing incoming full time. Free tier on ngrok HTTP on or any local port. Something to your, okay, got it. Nice. I haven't done this. Let me just again pause it for a minute, and once I am able to do it, maybe I'll walk you through the steps. Okay, I'm going to use the easy path, which is webhook.site. And what I'm doing is this is the unique URL that I'm getting, and your unique email address. And this is this. Okay, I'll see if I have the option to change it as well. Alternate URL subdomain, open a new tab. No, okay. Let's see. Open a new tab. And it says your URL. The whole string ends with. Okay. I'll copy the same thing only. I don't think I have the option to do this, but I'll try it here. Okay, request and sign up. Okay. I'm again pausing the recording. It's again going to take some time. Sorry. Yeah. So I was saying that basically, when I checked with webhook.site, essentially the problem is that webhook.site limits the testing if you're not signed up. So what I did was I used another service. I am using request bin, right? And this is good. So I just signed up using a temp email, and then over here, if I see if I like once I've appended this, I'm able to actually get the request. So what I'll do now is okay, and yeah, this is actually good insight to see also, because here also email was not really mentioned, right? So the protocol could be anything. So we missed that particular point. I'm making it as HTTPS, or I think it should be in caps lock. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's see. And then I'm going to make it as test at the rate. Okay, invalid parameter. HTTPS. Now it should be good. I hope. Oh, okay. Uh, am I missing something? 092298. Okay. Let's see. I remember. Okay, protocol email. And then it said it doesn't really have to be email. The protocol could be HTTPS also. And protocol is HTTPS, right? So where am I? What am I missing? Parameter must match the specified protocol, but then there is no statement one allow. Where is the protocol? Mm, there is no protocol defined. That's the thing. Is it again? I don't. I'm not sure if it is case sensitive also, but no. Let's see. Either I'm doing some silly mistake. Uh-oh. No shows. We'll. My bad. When I'm giving this, while the protocol is nice, notification endpoint should be, I think this. Not really sure, but let's see. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. Silly mistake we were doing. This is, I think, the confirmation thing. Okay. Message ID is this token. Okay. We got the token as well. Nice. This is a subscribe URL. And where is this? Okay. Nice. We should go towards confirm subscription, and it needs us to provide this, and okay, and then we'll take the token as well with us. So okay, rather than copying it like this, I'll just confirm subscription. Other than this, topic here and has to be there, right? Huh. And then another flag that we are going to use is token. Okay, en. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll pause it again and write it up. Finally, after a lot of struggle, I've like copied this much and now with the token, right? Yeah, here is where you get the token. So, okay, yeah, this is the token that we've copied. And then if I come here and then I copy paste it, let's see. Oh, user not authorized. Okay, okay. No identity-based policy allows the. Okay, then I have this. Message ID is this. Token is this. Message you have chosen to subscribe. Okay, subscribe URL. I can visit this also. Let's see. I hope. Okay. And again, pause the recording because I'm confused. Oh, okay. So with the help of this URL, actually, when we look at it, actually the subscription is confirmed, by the way. So once now, since we're done with this, now what we'll again do is now we'll see what other requests do we have. Since the request is confirmed, next step should be uh, I don't see other since SNS. Okay, yeah, let's go over here and then see what other options do we have around subscription. Confirm subscription, list subscriptions. Now let's see if we have the option to list them as well. I'm just gonna write AWS SNS. Okay. This ain't working. Any which ways, I don't think we need the list of the subscriptions, list subscriptions by topic. We have to see if we can get the message right. If choose and subscribe this. Okay, post this, we got a lot of other messages as well. Let's see. This is unsubscribe URL. Okay. Let me go and visit this. Okay, we unsubscribe, it seems. Yeah, just now we got the. Okay, again, we have the option to confirm it, subscribe back, confirm subscription. I hope the subscription is confirmed. Oh, messages here. Was this in everything? Or did I miss this? Message ID, signature. Like, was this in every request? Message ID is there, message. Oh, it has always been there. I'm so sorry. I've just been like, oh, I missed checking this. And yep, check. Huh, one more challenge done. I think all the challenges that we are solving, we should also see it from the perspective of where exactly the issue was. Uh, right. So, okay, or maybe I'll write a Medium blog around that. That would be better. Now, next is we learn from a minutes from the past. Now, our bucket only allows access to one specific admin user. Or does it? Nice. So this time they've improved it. They are saying that allow all, but in this case, they have access restricted to admin is what they're saying, but I don't see much difference in the JSON file. So the condition is this string like files. Oh, yeah, okay, they do. So for all values string like AWS principal, ARN should be 133713371337 user admin. Hmm. Let's try this. At least to get the object, to list the bucket. Okay. To list the bucket, right? It is restricted to this user, but then to get the object, it is not restricted to a particular user, right? And from the previous challenge that we solved, we remember that the files had one more page of flag.txt, right? Flag1.txt, I remember. So let's see if we are able to get the object at least. This 3.a. Amazon this and this time. Oh, okay. No, but as per this, I believe. Oh, no, no, no. So they have defined it for this is defined for this, this is defined for this. तो बाकी के challenges 4 5 6 क्यों ना दूसरी वीडियो में I'll make a separate video out of it.